Are you currently a residential property investor or homeowner with a mortgage? If so, then this video is for you. If not, feel free to click the skip button because what I'm about to share will only add value to property investors or homeowners with a mortgage. So, if you're a homeowner and you will lose money if you sell, then here are some tips to consider that will help you stay in your home and be able to afford to live. Hi, I'm Melissa Fisher, and I help everyday Aussies make massive passive income no matter what the economy, inflation, or interest rates are actually doing. If you're starting to feel the pinch with all these interest rate hikes, with inflation going up, I want to help you stay out of stress financially and out of trouble no matter what's going on. Pressure is where people say they had a bad experience and lost money. We want to avoid this at all costs. Paying down debt. Which debt do you pay down first? Pay down the smallest one? Well, while this eliminates debt, consider the most expensive debt that you've got. We've got a credit card that costs you high interest every month. So tip number one, let's make the switch and move to a new card. There are many credit cards that have 12 months interest free to roll over your existing debt. It's worth saving interest while paying that debt off. Research some because some are better than others. Pick the ones with benefits and also look at the monthly charges that they have. It's common to look at cost cutting. However, there are only so many costs you can cut. Then you need to turn your attention to generating more income. So tip number two, rent out a room. Now, before you think that I'm absolutely insane suggesting you should let some old person into your home and then go to sleep at night, there are a few things that you can do to make this super comfortable, safe, and profitable. Look at contacting local schools, hospitals, government departments, banks, fire and police departments. Consider this, we have many transient and casual staff that need accommodation for weeks and sometimes maybe months. It's very hard to get quality short-term leases in this market. And all of the above will have places that they get references from and they do police checks. So you'd be fairly safe having someone like a police officer renting a room in your home, wouldn't you? So what about young home leavers? Are you a parent? Would you want a safe place for your young adult to be living as they leave home? You can get intros into high schools, TAFEs, universities, sports and social clubs. Get to know their parents. Get a good feel for the family and their disciplines and rules. So what does a room return? Well, it depends on what you offer and it depends on your location. I have friends that literally cover their mortgage with one room. You need to test the market. Put an ad on, say Gumtree or Rooms for Rent. See what actually happens. Think about what you would offer and some rules that would need to be followed. So as a gauge, consider say $170 to $400 per week per room. Tip number three, negotiate your interest rates. I am not suggesting that you refinance. You can if it's viable. However, you can negotiate your interest rates. Yes, it's a gutsy effort to walk into a bank and ask that question. However, if you don't, nothing changes in your world and you're leaving your hard-earned dollars with the banks. A couple of years ago, I had a student that I suggested do this, and he saved over $17,000 per year on his loans. This was a game changer for him. You have nothing to lose by asking. What you do need to know is compare the rates that you're paying to that of others. What is the overall difference in the loan terms and the loan rates? Compare that with the other banks and see what they're offering and go into the bank armed with facts. And don't forget, we want a well-formed request for help. Hey, we're not done yet. I've got 3 more hot tips for you. If you're getting value from this video, let me know by hitting the thumbs up. And if you want to be the first to be notified when I release a new video, press the subscribe button below. So residential tip number 4, granny flats attached to your home. No, I am not suggesting that while things are tough, you go and spend money you don't have to build a granny flat in the backyard. What I'm suggesting is you look at the configuration of your home, including your garage, that, by the way, does not make you any money or save you any money at the moment either. Convert to a fully separate, self-contained dwelling. This means separate entry, separate bathroom and cooking facilities. This is super cheap to do if you know how to. And you can make very good money. These are generally snapped up by workers, but depending on the location, relative to transport, can be good for young professionals, even students leaving home, perfectly ideal. Things to consider. Fire rating. This has to be checked out. It is very important. And ensure there is a safe feel and good lighting to the home. Wi-Fi is a big must, and it's not that expensive these days, so make sure it's included. Now, it's a state-by-state strategy, so make sure you check your state and your council regulations, as it works better in some areas than others. So tip number 5, move somewhere cheaper and rent your place out. With rental demand, consider what rents are in your area. Ring around agents, look at places like realestate.com under the leased section. See what leases are in your area for your product. Will this pay your mortgage and your outgoings? This will be really relative to the area. So research the demand and the returns. Don't end up more out of pocket than what you already are. Now, executive rental can be a very, very good option. There are places that manage this and the returns are exceptional. You can do this yourself if you want. Make sure you've got the time to undertake it though. Talk to places like Corporate Traveller and Travel Perk to see if they'll accept your home. Also speak to the local companies and travel agents, companies where their workers actually travel a lot. Believe me, Google's going to be your best friend when you're needing to source all of this information. Again, it's relative to the area and what your area needs. I have a student who had 3 executive rentals in a large regional area. Each one of them were bringing her $7,000 a month. So there's no harm in making that phone call. This can be a short-term solution to pay down some debt, or it could be a long-term change. You need to be open to doing what it takes to not have to sell unless it's your choice, and you can do so without pressure and desperation behind it. So tip number 6, sell and make money. If you're open to making money and moving, then look at the sale prices and look at who's been buying. Be very careful spending money that's not going to make you money. Many areas are still making good money, allowing you to move into a different location and even at times maybe into a better product. Visit open homes and see what's selling the best. There's no cost in doing this. So make your yard, your front entry inviting. This will cost your time, maybe a little bit of money. Internals should be clean. They should smell inviting and be comfortable. This will cost your time and maybe a little bit of money. Stage the home to suit the target market. Generally, have one room or one small area set up as an office space or work from home space. Minimal time to do this and costs between $1,500 to $3,000 depending on the size of your home. And it is imperative to get good photography. It makes no difference how good the home is if you can't get people to turn up and have a look. Photos sell the emotional desire in the first instance, and then really good photos start that emotional journey for people. Select an agent that has the most recent sales in your area with no discounting. Anyone can sell if they drop the price enough. Make sure you've looked at where you are going to move to and checked out all things you need to make it work. And be real about the reason why you're selling and shifting. There's no point in doing this to recreate the same situation. Think of this as a great opportunity to experience different places and lifestyles. Don't forget to talk to your bank. See what conversations you can have around loan transfers, porting loans, interest-only periods. You don't want to get caught with hefty mortgage exit fees or higher interest rates at this point. So remember, the key is to do the research and execute the strategy without the pressure behind you. Ask plenty of questions and learn from the experience. You can create great results from challenging situations. Which video did you like best? Leave me a comment below. Even if you didn't get any value from this video, let me know in the comments and tell me what else you'd like to know or what I could have improved on for you. See you in the next video. Bye.